Hello Super Geeks, welcome to the first video on this channel. In this video, I'll show you 7 versions of Superman that you probably didn't know about, so stay tuned because right after the introduction, you'll learn everything about these incredible versions of the Man of Steel. The first version we'll talk about here is Superman Blue and Superman Red. Superman Blue first appeared in the comic Superman number 123 in 1997. After losing his powers during the events of Final Night, Superman accepted an experimental project from the Legion of Superheroes to recharge his abilities by flying toward the sun in a special LexCorp suit. When he returned to Earth, however, he realized his powers had changed. His body was now emitting unstable electrical energy. To contain it, Star Labs, with Lex Luthor's help, designed him a new suit. Later, Superman Red appeared for the first time in the one-shot Superman Red, Superman Blue. After being captured by Cyborg Superman along with Toyman, Superman tried to escape, releasing 2 distinct energy forms, Blue and Red. This created 2 different Supermen, each with their own personality. Superman Blue was calm and balanced, while Superman Red was aggressive and reckless. Eventually, this split was undone, but it became an important part of Superman's history. Next on the list is Steel, introduced in Adventures of Superman number 500, 1993. After Superman's death, Dr. John Henry Irons, a weapons engineer for Amertek Industries, wanted to honor the hero who had once saved his life. When gangs in Metropolis began using advanced weapons, Irons built a mechanized suit of armor to fight crime and carry on Superman's legacy. He also wielded a massive steel hammer as his weapon. His powers came from the armor, granting him super strength, speed, durability, and flight, as well as showcasing his brilliance in engineering new weapons and technology. The third version is Val-Zod, who debuted in Earth 2 number 19, 2014. After his parents were executed on Krypton, Val was taken under the care of Jor-El and Lara and sent to Earth alongside Kara Zor-El. He was raised as a pacifist, taught never to embrace violence. On Earth, Terry Sloan found him and kept him hidden from the world. Eventually, thanks to Lois Lane, Val stepped into the role of Superman on Earth 2, fighting against a brainwashed Superman. With Lois's support, Val grew into his powers and ultimately defeated the corrupted Superman, becoming a true hero of his universe. Like Kal-El, Val-Zod possesses super strength, speed, durability, heat vision, X-ray vision, freeze breath, and flight, everything you'd expect from a Kryptonian. The fourth version is Calvin Ellis, introduced in Final Crisis number 7, 2009. Much like Clark Kent, his parents sent him from Krypton to Earth, where he was raised by the Ellis family. As he grew up, Calvin developed his powers and became Superman. But his greatest achievement came under his civilian identity. Calvin Ellis eventually became the President of the United States. Alongside a version of Brainiac, he worked to protect his Earth, designated Earth 23, and even joined other Supermen in multiversal battles during Final Crisis. His powers are the same as Clark Kent's, as he is essentially a multiverse counterpart of Superman. The fifth version is the Superman clone known as Bizarro, probably the most famous on this list. He first appeared in Superboy number 68, 1958, created accidentally by a duplicating ray that struck Superboy. Though the first version was destroyed, later Lex Luthor recreated the ray, producing Bizarro. Unlike Superman, Bizarro often caused chaos despite wanting to do good, and multiple versions of him have existed over time. One even joined a team with Artemis and Red Hood, forming an odd but strong friendship with Jason Todd. Bizarro's powers are the opposite of Superman's: Arctic vision, flame breath, vacuum breath, where he inhales objects, X-ray vision, microscopic sight, and the usual Kryptonian traits of strength, speed, and resilience. Interestingly, only blue kryptonite can weaken him. Next is Kong Kenan, the Chinese Superman, who debuted in New Superman number 1, 2016. Kenan started as a rebellious teenager until he was chosen for a government experiment that infused him with Kryptonian energy left behind by the New 52 Superman. He joined the Chinese Justice League, which already had its own versions of Batman and Wonder Woman, in an effort to gain international respect. Over time, he grew into his role as Superman, meeting and being inspired by the original Man of Steel. Kenan's powers include unique abilities tied to yin and yang energy, magical resistance, dimensional travel, psychokinesis, and resurrection, along with standard Kryptonian powers like super strength, heat vision, and flight. Finally, we couldn't leave out Superboy, Kal-El, who first appeared in Adventures of Superman number 500, 1993. Created by Project Cadmus after several failed attempts to clone Superman, he was the first successful hybrid, born from Superman's DNA mixed with Lex Luthor's. After Superman's death, Superboy became a hero in Metropolis and later fought alongside the original Superman after his return. He eventually adopted the civilian identity of Connor Kent. His powers include telekinetic force fields, tactile telekinesis, and projection of telekinetic blasts, in addition to many of Superman's usual abilities. So, Super Geeks, did you enjoy learning about these alternative versions of Superman? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss more videos about DC Comics and the Geek Universe. See you in the next one.